going to be doing is a 25% tariff on all cars that are not made in the United States.
The announcement of new tariffs by the newly elected U.S. president sent shockwaves through international markets and ignited a fierce backlash from one of America's most critical trade partners. The decision to impose tariffs on trade partners was met with immediate retaliatory actions from Mexico, triggering a series of events that have had profound implications for the U.S. auto industry. The unfolding crisis has been marked by rapid adjustments in supply chains, a restructuring of manufacturing operations, and significant disruptions in labor markets. The countermeasures adopted by Mexico have, in many ways, upended established trade patterns and laid bare the vulnerability of an industry that had long enjoyed the benefits of integrated cross-border production processes. Before we start, smash the like and subscribe buttons for more updates. In response to the tariff announcement, Mexico launched a series of calculated measures that effectively undermined the stability of the U.S. auto sector. These actions were not merely symbolic. They involved coordinated efforts to leverage Mexico's role as a key supplier of automotive components and as a destination for assembly plants. The interdependent nature of the North American auto market meant that any disruption on one side of the border would quickly reverberate through the entire industry. As a result, production lines that once operated seamlessly under a regime of integrated supply chains suddenly found themselves grappling with delays, shortages, and rising costs. The immediacy of the impact was felt not only in the high-tech hubs of Detroit and the Midwest, but also in the sprawling manufacturing complexes located along the U.S.-Mexico border, where the flow of parts and materials is critical to keeping the wheels turning. Economic disruption in this context was not confined to the realm of corporate balance sheets. It extended deeply into the lives of workers and the communities that rely on the auto industry. The counterstrike led to mass layoffs, a development that sent ripples through regional economies already burdened by the uncertainties of a shifting global trade environment. Factories that once hummed with activity fell silent as production slowed to a trickle, leaving thousands of workers without a source of income. The layoffs have not only strained the financial stability of affected families, but have also raised broader concerns about the long-term viability of manufacturing jobs in an era where global interdependencies can turn against a nation almost overnight. In this environment, the human cost of economic policies becomes painfully clear, highlighting the often overlooked social dimensions of international trade disputes. The implications of this trade confrontation are far-reaching. The auto industry, which has long been a cornerstone of the American economy, now finds itself at a crossroads. With supply chains in disarray and production schedules in limbo, manufacturers are forced to reevaluate their strategies in real time. Decisions that were once based on years of stable trade relations must now be made under the shadow of uncertainty. Companies that had invested heavily in a system of just-in-time delivery and lean manufacturing are now scrambling to rebuild stockpiles of parts and raw materials, a process that is both costly and time-consuming. Moreover, the crisis has spurred discussions about the need for greater diversification of suppliers and a rethinking of production methods that have, until now, depended on predictable trade flows across North America. The counterstrike by Mexico has also triggered intense debate among economists, policymakers, and industry experts about the broader implications for international trade. On one side, proponents of the tariffs argue that such measures are necessary to protect domestic industries from unfair trade practices and to level the playing field in global markets. They contend that the imposition of tariffs is a tool that can be used to negotiate better terms and secure a more favorable balance of trade. On the other side, critics warn that retaliatory actions by trade partners could escalate into a full-blown trade war, with severe consequences for global economic stability. The situation in the auto industry serves as a stark illustration of the delicate balance that must be maintained in an interconnected world where actions in one country can have unintended and far-reaching effects on economies and industries across the globe. The unfolding scenario has forced industry leaders to confront the harsh reality that the era of unfettered globalization may be drawing to a close. As the auto industry grapples with the immediate impacts of disrupted supply chains and mass layoffs, it is also compelled to consider long-term strategic shifts. There is a growing recognition that reliance on a limited number of suppliers, especially in politically volatile regions, can leave even the most robust industries vulnerable to sudden shocks. This recognition is prompting discussions about reshoring and the reinvigoration of domestic manufacturing capabilities. However, the transition to a more self-reliant production model is fraught with challenges. The cost of retooling factories, retraining workers, and establishing new supply networks is substantial, and there is no guarantee that such measures will be sufficient to fully offset the benefits of the previously integrated trade system. At the heart of this crisis is a clash of economic philosophies. The tariff policy represents a departure from decades of free trade principles that have underpinned much of the growth in the North American auto industry. It is a bold, if controversial, move that seeks to reclaim economic sovereignty by imposing new terms on international trade. In contrast, Mexico's counter-strategy underscores the importance of interdependence in today's global economy. By leveraging its strategic position in the automotive supply chain, Mexico demonstrated that the benefits of free trade are mutual, and that any attempt to disrupt that balance is likely to backfire. The immediate fallout from this confrontation reveals a complex web of dependencies, where economic prosperity on one side of the border is intricately linked to the policies and decisions made by the other. The event has also served as a catalyst for broader discussions about the future of economic policy in an increasingly volatile international environment. As nations grapple with the implications of rising protectionism, the incident highlights the need for careful, measured approaches to economic reform. Policy decisions that aim to address perceived imbalances must be balanced against the risk of triggering unintended consequences that can disrupt entire industries and devastate local economies. The auto industry, with its far-reaching impact on employment, innovation, and regional development, is a clear example of how interconnected economic decisions have become. Every decision made at the highest levels of government now carries with it the potential to reshape industries and affect the lives of millions. The dynamics of this situation underscore the intricate interplay between political decisions and economic realities. The interplay has forced stakeholders on all sides to engage in a recalibration of priorities, where the immediate desire to protect domestic interests must be weighed against the broader consequences of economic isolation. The counterstrike by Mexico, far from being a simple act of retaliation, is a manifestation of the intricate balance that defines modern trade relations. It is a powerful reminder that the benefits of globalization are not guaranteed, and that the economic landscape is always subject to rapid change when political winds shift. In the midst of this upheaval, industry leaders, workers, and policymakers are all faced with the daunting task of navigating a terrain that is as unpredictable as it is complex. This unfolding scenario provides a vivid case study of the challenges that arise when economic nationalism collides with the realities of a deeply interconnected global market. The events surrounding the tariff announcement and the subsequent countermeasures from Mexico serve as a compelling reminder that the repercussions of such policies are rarely confined to the political arena. They extend into the very fabric of industrial production and labor markets, affecting communities and economies in ways that are both immediate and profound. The crisis has laid bare the vulnerabilities inherent in modern supply chains and has ignited a debate about the future direction of trade policy in a world where the old rules of engagement are being rapidly rewritten. A fresh layer of complexity emerges when considering the strategic recalibration of long-term investments across the manufacturing spectrum. Industry titans are now exploring unconventional avenues to mitigate unforeseen risks while embarking on initiatives that focus on cutting-edge robotics and digital transformation. Investors are increasingly diverting capital toward enterprises that promise agile adaptability and resilient frameworks. New market entrants see an opportunity to redefine competitive landscapes with innovative technologies that enhance production efficiency and sustainability practices. Academic institutions and think tanks are intensifying research into alternative materials and eco-friendly processes, aiming to foster breakthrough innovations that could reshape vehicle design fundamentals. Diplomatic channels have also experienced unprecedented activity, as foreign policy experts deliberate on devising cooperative frameworks that transcend traditional trade hierarchies. International regulatory bodies are scrutinizing emerging models of cross-border collaboration to harmonize quality standards and environmental safeguards. in boardrooms, strategic sessions now incorporate forward-looking risk assessments that consider evolving geopolitical dynamics and disruptive technological trends. Financial analysts highlight that such shifts could foster a new era of industrial resilience, where diversified portfolios and agile market strategies hold paramount importance. The current situation underscores a commitment to reinventing industry paradigms, spurring transformative efforts that prioritize dynamic growth over legacy operational models, while signaling a decisive break from established economic doctrines. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, leave your comments below and tell us, what are your thoughts on Mexico's counterstrike crippling the U.S. auto industry? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.